So, welcome to the Never Miss podcast. Today, we're going to talk about balancing work and family. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, or even someone who's in a high-demand sales role that requires a lot of time. A lot of our audience has asked for this. How do you balance running a business and balancing family? So, there's a lot to talk about here. There's a lot of different strategies that you can use to do so. I would say the biggest thing for me that has really made a difference, and it's been through a lot of trial and error, to be honest with you. Figuring out my schedule, running a business and running a sales team, managing guys. A lot of the jobs that are in this realm aren't consistent day to day. It's not like you go into work at this time every day and you're able to leave at this time every day. The phone calls stop at this time. It's continuous. And if you're really trying to truly grow your business and run a business or be an entrepreneur and start a business, you got to understand it's day in, day out. There's no off time. It's constantly on your mind, the business is. And so a few things that are key here, how do you be present with your family when work is on your mind or you're constantly dealing with work things? When you give the day all you've got at work, how do you go home and be the father, husband, and leader you need to be in your own household, however you lead your house? How do you uphold those core values in your own home? For me, I'll kind of start off by explaining my daily routine, and it is non-negotiable. No matter how much sleep or how little sleep I get, the routine doesn't waver. And that was a very, very tough thing to come to terms with, because your brain tells you, you need this much sleep to operate, you need this, you need that. And at some point, my schedule just got so sporadic, I said, fuck that. Here's what I need to knock out in a day. And when I get home, I need to have all these things done off my list so that I can be present with my family. So no matter what time I get to bed, no matter how well I sleep, whatever it is, here are my non-negotiable tasks that I have to get done. And it's tough, but once you get in a routine of it and really once your subconscious realizes there's no way out of it, the excuses and the bullshit your brain tells you about you need extra sleep, you need to get to bed, you need to sleep in a little bit today, you need to take a rest, all that stuff, it kind of goes away if you power through and eventually push yourself to the limits as far as what you can do. And then your toughness really does shine, right? We talk a lot about what it takes to be successful and how hard it really can be, but smooth seas never really make a skilled sailor. And so here's one of those things that it's tough and it's constantly tough, but it does get better once you get into a routine. So my routine is I'm up between 2:45 and 3 a.m. every day. And I know that's a bit crazy. I'm not saying that's what you need to do. It's just at the moment and where I'm at in my life, it's what my schedule demands. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, the reason I do that is because I work in Houston on a daily basis, right? I have markets, elsewhere, Hill Country, Austin, San Marcos, markets working in those different areas, but day to day, I commute to Houston. Now, I can't really live in Houston. I don't like the city life. I don't like dealing with the traffic, and just being that close to the rat race and hustle and bustle isn't where I want to raise my family, and it's not where I want to go home to every day. So I live out towards College Station, a lot less people, no traffic, kind of secluded, and it's a little bit better for me and my family and just kind of what we want. May not be for you. This is just my routine. So I wake up so early because my commute to work every day is about an hour and a half with no traffic. So what I do is I wake up, I get dressed, I pack my cooler, which is behind me, with all the lunch and everything that I'll need for the day. I pack my work bag, I load up the truck, hug the wife, kiss the baby, say bye to the dogs, whatever it is, and leave. And I leave from College Station and I drive to Houston and I go to a gym that's nearby my office. And I go and I crush my workout. And I get to the gym, usually around 4:30, 4:45 maybe every day, somewhere in that range, depending on when I do leave the house. And I get my workout done. and I'll explain why I do it so early in the morning and why I always do it in the morning here in a minute. But I get my workout done, I shower and I change at the gym, and I'm at the office. So let's say I get to the gym at 4:45, work out 4:45, 6:45, shower, change. I'm leaving the gym by 7. I'm at the office 7:15 every day. On days that I need to be in the office earlier, maybe I have an onboarding that day, or I have an interview coming into the office and it's an 8 a.m. interview. I like to get to the office and get my notes, my prepping for the day kind of taken care of a good while before other people get into the office. And so sometimes I'll get to the office earlier. Maybe I'll cut the workout a hair short. Maybe I'll get to the gym a little bit earlier, whatever it may be. So I plan it out the night before, right? Before bed every night. We're backtracking a little bit here. Before bed every night, I don't set my alarm at the same time. I adjust it, depending on what the next day holds. So when I get home every evening before I go to bed, I take 30 minutes and spend it by myself alone in my office at my desk at home. And I look at my planner and I look at what I have the next day. I have a whiteboard behind me. So when my sales guys or employees come in tomorrow, we have a meeting from 10 to noon every day. So when they come in tomorrow, maybe I'm on the phone or I'm in the other room meeting with somebody, they can sit down and start prepping so they know exactly what's going to come. And I send them a photo of this before I leave the office every day, so they can start prepping the night before. But I like to prep myself the night before for what time I need to wake up, when I need to be done with my workout, and what time do I get to the gym. And if you look at my phone, it's alarm after alarm. It's wake up, start the truck, leave the house, get to the gym at this time, stop your workout at this time, shower, change, leave the gym at this time, arrive at the office at this time. And it's just constant alarms, and it helps me stay on point with my scheduling. So anyway, I plan out the night before, I prep what time I need to get up. But anyway, back to where I was, I get to the office in the mornings, I get my notes, I check our CRM, I eat my little bit of breakfast here at the desk, kind of just get my mind right before everyone comes in. And the gym is a huge part of getting my mind right for the day. Work is definitely on my mind while I'm in the gym. The juices start flowing, the ideas start popping in my head. You should see the notes app on my iPhone. I mean, it's just full of just shit that comes into my head while I'm at the gym. It's nuts. But I come to the office, I take those notes that I had on my phone or ideas for the day or whatever it may be, and kind of just put it on paper, make it tangible, or put it on the whiteboard, put it on the TV, whatever it may be. And so I can start prepping for what the day is going to bring. And basically, I get everything knocked out that I need to knock out before the guys get here, whether that's additional prepping for the day. Maybe I had something from the day before that I needed to take care of. Maybe I have emails that I need to look at. Maybe I need I have to pay some bills or whatever it may be. I'm gonna sit here in the morning and I'm gonna take care of all that and make sure when my team gets here, when my guys get here, I'm 100% all in on them. I have nothing else on my mind. My workout's done. I know I got up early. I got my shit done. My ideas are already tangible and on paper. Bills are paid, whatever, salesmen are paid, whatever pay I needed to get out that day. Our plan for the day is done. Everything is done and smoothed over. And the only game plan, and the only thing that's on the list now is attack the day and attack our sales training. And that's the only thing that I have to worry about. So when they get here, I'm 100% prepped for them. They knew their game plan for the day. They're 100% prepped for me. They know what they needed to bring. They know what we're covering. They studied it the night before. They studied it the morning of. Like I said, I have sales guys come in here from 10 to noon. If it was up to me and these guys were down for it, I'd have them in here at 6 a.m. so we could be done sooner. But hey, sometimes these guys are running 7 o'clock appointments and not getting home till 10 or 11 at night. So it's not fair for me. And that's on the late end. That's the exception, not the rule, but it does happen. And so it's not fair for me to say, hey, be in the office at 7, be in the office at 8. So I give them that time in the morning. They can take their kids to school, spend time with their families, and it helps them balance that work-life balance for them on the sales side. But for me, these guys, 10 to noon, we train, and noon rolls around, I'll scarf down my lunch. We're looking at about 12:30, and I'm able to check all my emails, text messages, anything that came in during the day in those 2 hours, 10 to noon, that I wasn't able to attack because I was giving all my effort and energy to the sales guys. And so after they leave, I'm able to catch up back on all that, right? I have my team leader out there assigning our group knocks. He's assigning our territory for the day. They're going to whatever build we have that day, and I know where they're going. We got that all ironed out, so I'm able to focus on what I need to focus on and wrap up my day. And I'll end up leaving the office, around 2:30, 3 o'clock. Keep in mind, I got another hour and a half, sometimes 2 hour drive home. But the good news is I'm not driving home in that traffic. So I'll leave here, 2:45, 3 o'clock, whatever it may be, sometimes later. Today it's 4 o'clock right now and I'm still sitting in the office. So like I said, the schedule is sporadic, but the good news is I got my fucking non-negotiables done. They're done. I got my workout done. I got all that stuff done. And now what I'm doing when the guys leave is I'm prepping for tomorrow. I erase the whiteboard that we had for today and I start putting down tomorrow's plan. And then I have my other huge whiteboard right here. Dreams are made on whiteboards. I love them. I fill that out 10 times every day and that one 10 times every day and erase them. It's crazy. I love it. But I have the game plan here. I'm sending them photos saying, hey, here's what you need to study. Here's what you need to prep for. See you guys at 10 a.m. tomorrow. I'm looking over the appointment notes. How did this sit down go? Where's this salesperson struggling? Pulling up his additional notes and saying, all right, well, this person right here, maybe it's Jacob. He needs to work on this, this, and this. His last 3 appointments consistently, goofed on this specific area of our sales process. So boom, that's another topic of conversation during tomorrow's training. And so it just helps me stay organized. And then guess what? I'm done come the early afternoon. I'm trying to get on the freeway or on the highway before that Houston traffic really does clog up and get congested. And I'm trying to get out towards, the less populated area. And by the time I'm getting there, it's about 4:30 or 5 and all the traffic that's piling up is behind me. And, I'm home come 5:30. And I'm fielding phone calls. I got my Apple CarPlay, fielding phone calls the whole way home. But when I get home, I'm able to spend the time with my family. Yes, I'm still fielding calls. Yes, I still have sales guys in appointments and they're calling me in their appointments, Hey, this customer got denied on financing. What do we do? Hey, here, do this. Go ahead and do this. This is what we're going to do. Hey, tomorrow morning, let's schedule a call with that specific homeowner. Here's how we're going to attack that. I'm still adding things and I always have my planner on me or my notepad on me, even at home. And I'm fielding these calls. I'm fielding these scenarios and issues or whatever it is while I'm at home still. But you know what? I'm able to really just give myself to my family and be there, whether it's for my wife, my son, the dogs, and whatever it is. And I'm able to give that time to them. And yes, I am juggling some work stuff in my head, maybe some lingering issues that happened the day before. This isn't all smooth sailing. There's a lot of problems that can really get into your head. And, it's difficult sometimes to go home and not have those problems affect the way you treat your family or affect your engagement with your family. We've all seen, you can be sitting across from someone and having a conversation. You can truly see if they've got something else on their mind and the conversation you're having isn't really their main priority. And one of my biggest fears is that my family feels that way. Hey, dad's here, Reed's here, but he's not. His mind is somewhere else, and I never want that. My son is very, very young, but I have to practice those habits now. And it's the same thing, you can't just think, oh, one day I'll be rich, and then you start giving money away and helping, the church and donating and, donating to your political views and all that stuff. You have to give money back to the community and to your church or whatever it is, even when you have little to give. And so that's my mentality is maybe my son is young, maybe he's not going to remember how I come home right now, but I need to develop these habits right now so that when he is old enough, it's not, oh shit, I better get it in gear. It's, I need to continue the habits and become even better. But getting up that early, getting my workout done early in the morning, that's a non-negotiable for me is my workout, okay? I work out 7 days a week. I know some people say you need a rest day. Fuck that. You don't need a rest day, dude. My workout's not necessarily for my body, it's for my mind. That is so important for my mental state. And when I miss a workout, it does play an effect on me. I'm not gonna say it just derails my whole entire day. If it did, I wouldn't be a very mentally tough individual. It doesn't, but it does suck sometimes. Maybe I'm on the way into work and I realize, holy shit, I actually have to be at work an hour earlier today and I'm not even gonna have time to work out. I'm not gonna go half-ass a workout. If I'm going to the gym, I'm getting my whole workout in, so I'll miss that day or whatever it is, and that's very, very rare. But as you develop your routine, and the point I'm getting at is you develop your routine, as you develop these non-negotiables and these daily habits that you need to input into your life, don't be a prisoner to them. Because as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as someone running a company, dude, things are gonna get thrown at you all the time, and they're gonna hit you, and you're gonna be like, oh shit, where'd that come from? And it's going to derail you and your plans that you have written. And if you're prisoner to those plans, you're not going to be able to handle those curveballs and those things coming at you from different angles that you didn't see. So many people think, when I wake up, I do an ice bath, and then I go outside and I do the infrared sauna, and then I sit in my regular sauna for 20 minutes, and then I prayer journal and I write 6 pages, and then I read 3 chapters of the Bible. And it's like, bro, just get to work. Get to work. No, reading the Bible is great at the beginning of the day. That's obviously great for your mind. I'm not saying not to do that, but it's like, don't be a victim to this just, ridiculous routine. Have an outline and have some non-negotiables and stick to them and get your ass to work and go be productive. Go change other people's lives. My schedule right now, I say I try and get home by 5:30. It doesn't always play out like that. A lot of times it doesn't. But the thing is I understand this period that I'm in my life right now isn't for me, it's for other people. And it's building a great financial foundation for me and opening up a whole new world and opportunities to me. But this isn't permanent. This is so I can impact the most amount of lives that I can impact and be as prepared as possible for every single day. And not only help the business grow, but help the people that I'm in charge of grow. And that's the most important thing to me. And so now, where do I implement God into all this? Let's say I get home 5:30. That allows me and my wife to have prayer time, have a nice evening and a nice meal together, catch up on the day. How did her business go? She runs her own business, Hey, what's going on in your business? How can I help? Let's chat about this. Hey, here's where you need to improve. And so it's just constant work, which I love and she loves. And our relationship's great like that. We're able to just constantly be talking about work, and it's fun. And a lot of people are like, oh, that's not healthy. It's weird. It's like, yeah, fuck off, dude. We have so much fun and we're changing lives and we're changing the world, and that's great. And we make plenty of time for just each other, non-work related things, but a non-negotiable date night is super important, right? We got a babysitter for the kids, for the kid, and basically we have a night for ourselves. I think Monday of next week is date night, and we're going to the rodeo together, Houston Rodeo. We're gonna go see Whiskey Myers. It's gonna be a great time. We've already got the babysitter outlined. We're prepping in advance for that. We got someone to watch the dogs for a few hours. Someone's coming to the house to stay with them. It's just, we're always prepared for these things coming down the pipeline. And that brings me back to my point of 30 minutes every night is dedicated to preparation for the next day. That's so, so important, right? That's such a little thing, but it makes a drastic difference. Whether it's that 30 minutes you're planning your social media post for the next day, right? That 30 minutes you're planning your training session for the next day. That 30 minutes you're scheduling all your Zoom calls with your guys that are in different markets, and you're figuring out what do you need to discuss on those Zoom calls to make them as productive as possible in the 30 minutes that you have. And you're prepping for all that. And once you get in a groove, it goes pretty quick. And you're able to go to sleep at night knowing I know what I have to tackle tomorrow, and I know how I'm going to tackle it. And that helps me sleep peacefully at night. And so as an entrepreneur, a lot of times guys say, oh, I struggle with sleep. I struggle with this. I struggle with that. It's like, dude, not me. There are nights that I obviously struggle with sleep if something really stressful is going on. It happens as you're growing a business. But for me, if I'm able to plan out the day and have a clear attack plan for every single thing coming my way that day, now I'm not always going to be prepared for everything, but that helps me sleep at night. And I know at the end of the day, I gave that day 100% of my effort. And as soon as I lay my head down, I'm going to sleep. I feel that peace. And I know that when I wake up, I'm going to feel peace as well, because I know, to a T, 80 to 90% of the things that are going to be thrown at me. And curveballs are going to come your way. You're going to have a guy come into the office and you're going to have a guy quit, and it's going to be, a guy you're like, what the hell, what's going on? Or, it's going to throw curveballs at you, but you got to get back in that room and you got to lead your entire team. You're going to wake up one day and realize, hey, so-and-so was in an appointment last night and they got it signed. That's awesome. And then you wake up and you find out, oh shit, that customer got denied on financing. God, let's add it to the plate. Here we go. Deal with that. And it's just that shit happens. But if I'm up early, if my workout's done and I'm prepped for my training, and as soon as training's done, I'm able to attack those additional things on my list, there's nothing that the day can't throw me that I can't get over. I'm always going to be able to attack it with 100% mental focus. And that's my biggest thing, is there's so many difficult things that go on when you're growing, scaling, and training, and all these different things that we do in our jobs. So many different things going on. It's hard to half-ass some of those things. And, you really got to give each individual thing your focus. And really staying structured and organized like that is what's going to help you do it.